Hey you guys, thank you for clicking on today's video. I am Amber Lykins. If you've never been to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here many times before, you know you're my girl and you know what I'm about to tell you. Get your makeup back out. But we're not getting ready, we're going shopping together. We are gonna talk about the perfect foundation shade and how to find your true match. The struggle is real for you, and I know it is. I've heard it for months and actually years. I've been in the makeup industry since I was 19 years old, working with clients day in and day out, and working with brides and special occasions, and as a just working makeup artist in the field. And 2 years ago, retired my makeup brushes to be full-time online as a content creator, and I love it so much because I'm able to help women all over the globe, and that gets me so excited. So I wanted to really make sure that I'm pouring into an updated makeup video, as my latest makeup video several years ago was one of my top popular videos here. But I was like, man, I owe you. I need to make an updated one. I need to like actually go into the makeup store. I need to do that. So that's what we're gonna do today. I actually took one of my besties with me to the makeup store. And so Courage was really pleasantly happy to do this with me. She also wanted to find her foundation shade. That is something that I hear not only from clients, but also you here as a subscriber and my audience and women in my community, but also my best friends and family members that are like, I struggle with this, I want help with it. So I'm hearing it from all over the place. So I am happy to tell you that I'm your girl and I'm here to help you find your foundation shade. You are welcome. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into it. I went into actually Ulta and Sephora. I'm very aware that you can find foundation shades anywhere. You can find foundation shades with someone in direct sales. You can go into the drugstore. You can go high-end, low-end. Like, you can really do anything that you want to do as far as foundation. So really today's video is not really pulling you into any direction with a brand. It's actually bringing awareness to what do the numbers mean and what do the letters mean when you are looking at the foundation, and when you do think that you might have your color, how are you sure and certain that it is your shade? So there are two things that I want to dive into today, and that's what we're going to do.
The first thing you want to do is understand the undertones in every single foundation. So right here, for example, this is Rim Beauty. They have N, which is a neutral, and they have G, which is golden. They also have W, which is a warm. They have C for cool. A lot of the undertones will be mixed with one another, some on their own. So you really want to know about your own skin, how to detect your undertone. So then when you are looking at the brand of foundation that you do want to do some test strips with, that you feel very confident that you're picking the right one, and you don't feel as though that you're just picking random foundation shades and getting nowhere. Finding your undertones, and then with that, you want to go in and do stripe test. Tip of advice when you're in the store: take the actual product, squirt it right on the back of your hand, making sure that your hand is already clean. I like to have hand sanitizer, tissues, and things in my pocketbook or my bag with me. Sometimes even take an eye makeup remover with you in your purse as well. But also detecting, if you don't have that with you, where is it in Ulta? Where is it in Sephora? Where is it in the department store? And having that with you. Then you'll have the stripe test on your cheek. You want to take it from your cheek to your jaw, sometimes even from your cheek all the way down your jaw to your neckline. Then after it sits in your skin for about 1 to 3 minutes, it will oxidize, which basically means the foundation is warming up to your skin, and that way you have the perfect match. So then you can take the foundation, rub it in the area, whichever one out of those shades disappears is your right foundation shade. So we both were able to pick out our foundation shade today in store, but we did not have this actually in stock. So if you do want to stick to the foundation that you found a match for, write it down in your phone in your notes. That way you don't forget. Then go to the next brand. Don't just match up to one brand, match up to multiple. You're not going to be the same shade in every brand. Have versatility when it comes to your foundations. We went to Fenty Beauty and we wanted to have a test strip of this. Well, what we found out while doing the test strips for Courage while in the store, and Courage is one of my best friends, so this was really fun to do this with her. But she also did want to seriously know her foundation shades. So when she is shopping for foundation, she knows, one, how to do it, or two, hey, can you just help me do it while we're here? but you're not going to match up to every single brand that has a brand on the market. I will assure you and promise you that. Then sometimes you have to be your own best mixologist and mixed one or two foundations together, obviously 2 foundations together, to get your right foundation shade. So we were not having any luck with Fenty Beauty for Courage just finding one foundation. What you really want to know is, like, I would love to just match up to one perfect shade. I don't want to always have to buy 2 foundations to find my right shade. Does it happen though? Sometimes it does. So now Clinique also had different undertones and some mix. So they had warm neutrals, cool neutrals, different things. So we wanted to pull in. Courage is a neutral undertone. So she went through the questionnaire with me previously to doing any foundation matching, and we thought that we found her perfect shade. Well, come to find out, as she's blending this in, it looks really nice, and you can see it's starting to disappear as it had sat on the skin for a few minutes. And right here, you would think, oh my gosh, you found your right shade. Also, finding the sunlight in the store, being in the natural lighting, it actually looked a little bit more orange on her skin tone and pulled a lot of the orange undertones out, and we did not like that. So Fenty, she did not have any luck. She didn't have any luck there, and she didn't have any luck with Clinique, but Rim Beauty she did. Then we found ourselves in Sephora finding the right foundation shades. So with House Labs right here by Lady Gaga, we ended up finding these foundation shades. I'm showing you here that you're going to see it on the actual ledge of the product. You're going to see the box of the product, then you're going to see the physical product. They don't all look the same. So don't be disappointed or discouraged. Just play around.
All right, well, let's dive into it. So 2 things that you want to figure out as you are finding your foundation shade is you want to be very aware of your skin tone. So if you are ivory, beige, or bronze, there's 3 levels of foundation, and you're going to be in one of those categories, period, the end. So making sure you understand your tone, checking out your skin tone in the mirror. And if you're very unsure of what you are, ivory is... I'll give you some examples on screen. Here are some ivory complexions. Here are some beige complexions. Here are some bronze complexions. And another way to put it, so if that is, I want to be very like just to the point, we have white, brown, and black skin tones. And I know that they kind of like merge into one another a lot, and that's as they transition. So you could be like more of the ivory to the beige, more of the beige to the bronze, and things like that, because we definitely have like winter shade and summer shade and things. So you will definitely need 2 foundation shades year round, unless you are one of those that you do not have any sun exposure and your sun does not deepen, it does not get tan, you don't do spray tans, you don't do anything like that, then you probably just need 1 foundation shade year round. But to be on the safe side, you want to do this twice a year. So right now I am actually at my winter shade. This is fall for me, and I get a tiny bit lighter, but typically my fall shade gets me into winter as well. And then going back to spring and summer, I can pop back into my regular summer shade. And so I have 2 foundation shades year round. So you want to detect what is your skin color. So what is your ethnicity? What is your color? Where are you on that chart? That's what you want to know first. You're going to notice in the store a lot of times it says like honey and brown. It uses different words. It doesn't always say ivory, beige, bronze. So but this is where this gets fun. Now you want to know what your undertone is. So finding your undertone is asking yourself these 3 questions. So the first question is, when your skin is exposed to the sun, if at all ever it is, does it just burn? So we also want to know, does it burn? And then after it burns, does it go back to the natural skin color? So there's no warmth, there's no deepness. So when your skin is exposed to the sun, I want you to answer this. Drop it in the comments too. Does your skin just burn and then go back to the same color? There's no change. If that is the case, you are a C. You're a cool undertone. So write C down for you. So now the next question is, when your skin is exposed to the sun, this is the second question, does your skin burn, and then does it actually deepen in color? So does it get warmer in the skin color? So I'm going to ask that again, and drop this in the comments, whatever you are. So when your skin is exposed to the sun, does it deepen in color? And if it deepens in color, so it burns but deepens in color, you're a neutral undertone. Okay? So it burns, but then it actually gets darker. You're neutral. So put that in the comments if that's you. So you're going to be an N. Look for N, okay? Then the next question I'm going to ask you, this is the third question. This is another undertone that we're trying to detect and find. When your skin is exposed to the sun, does it just deepen? It does not burn. It just gets darker. Okay? So when your skin is exposed to the sun, does it just deepen? Then you're a warm undertone. So that is the easiest way. Honestly, you guys, there's other fancy ways to figure this out, but honestly, this is like the scientific way to figure it out. This is the most simple way that I have worked with my clients over the years and figured this out with them. And this is a way for you to know yourself. You're at home and you're like, man, I don't know what my skin does. But yeah, during the summer, or, you know, if you lay in a tanning bed, which is terrible for your skin, I don't know what you do to notice how your skin reacts to the sun. But those are the three things. So I will repeat. The first one was your skin actually burns, but then it goes back to the same color. You're a cool undertone. But then the second one is your skin actually burns in the sun, but it actually does get deeper in color. You're a neutral undertone. And then the third one is your skin does not burn in the sun. It just gets darker. You're a warm undertone. So those three right there, okay, that is a C, N, and W. All right, so remember that. So when you're in the makeup store, you're already detecting your skin color. So you're looking at the foundations laid out, right? You have examples of foundations. You're going to see light up to the deepest shade. Go to the color that you think your skin color is right now. Look in the mirror. Look right there. See your skin color. Don't look at your arm. Look at your face and your neck. That's what I want you to detect and look at, okay? So then find that color. And then once you're at that color in that area, I want you to look for C, N, or W. So I always look for N is my color that I'm looking for, a neutral undertone. Look for C if you're a cool, and look for W if you're warm. A lot of the foundation, a lot of the brands actually have sometimes a CN, or they just have a W or a CW. So sometimes you can kind of mix those tones together and test those out as well. But if you know for sure you're not a warm, don't do a W. If you know for sure you're not a C, try not to just do a C. So, but I, like for example, Clinique, my shade with Clinique is a CN. So it's a cool neutral undertone. It matches me perfectly for the summertime. And then for some of the other shades, it's just like a neutral undertone. For example, Rim Beauty Foundation, her foundation had a G in it, and that was very confusing for me too. Even for someone that's in the makeup industry all the time, that also can get very confusing. But what they've expressed to me, because even online it does not even tell you, but the G meant gold. So it has more of like a golden undertone to the foundation. That's not necessarily gold undertone in your skin, but it's the undertone in the foundation has more of a gold look to it. Finding your foundation shade, you guys, really can be easier than you think. So I challenge you today to really build up the confidence to go into the makeup store. Go without makeup on. My biggest piece of advice for you is to really go in the store without makeup on. And if you're that type of girly that you're just like, I don't feel comfortable doing that, I like to have makeup on, or at least some bronzer on my skin, you know, do something that maybe you can go in without makeup on. And I'll give you my little piece of advice. If I'm feeling some type of way that day, then I will put a baseball hat on and I will just like call it a day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like incognito, put my hat on and I just kind of am blending in. Then I recommend that you do that as well. But I want you to make sure like this area of your face does not have foundation on. And I also want you to not be fearful of testing the foundation in the store. I am not naive to this, and I know that people do touch product in the store and put them on their face in places that particularly are not supposed to be used. But I am very, very aware of the cleanliness of my face and the cleanliness of my face after testing the product. So they do have removers in the store. Make sure you locate that pre even trying to do a test of the foundation. They do have tissues or cotton balls in the store as well. And then if you know for sure that's what you're doing that day in the store, take your own remover in the store. Take it in your pocketbook. Have it already handy with you. Have your sanitizers ready with you as well. So after you take the product, pump it on the back of your hand. You don't have to wipe the product on your hand. Pump it on the back of your hand. Take your clean finger and then do a stripe test from here to here. I want you to rub it like that all the way down, because that's going to really allow the product to really have a good indication of face to neck. And you know, our skin tone changes, you know, from there to there. So really make sure you're getting a good match there. But also let it oxidize to the skin. I can't stress that enough, that when you are doing a foundation match, is that you need the foundation to warm up to your skin. Because if you just go off of one little test and then you sit it there, what if it turns really brown or orange or red or something on your skin? You're like, that's really pink. That's not what I thought I was getting. You know, that also detects making sure you are getting the right undertone of your foundation. So there's definitely some rules to follow with getting a good match, and be patient with yourself. You know, I'm very big on giving myself a 2-hour window. If I know I need to go into the makeup store, I never know what I'm going to find, read, try, test out. I don't want to feel rushed. I want to make a good decision before purchasing a product. I want to have time to ask for help if I need help while I'm in the store. So if you see that you don't see the product on the shelf for you to purchase that day, you can ask someone too, can they check the back and see if they have it in stock somewhere else that you may not see it on the floor. So just making sure like you have time to do those things. If you give yourself a 15-20 minute window, you may or may not have enough time, and you'll probably be stressed out through the process. So it does take time, and as you can see in the store too, we're having to pick up the bottle and read the bottom, and where the product is sitting to on the shelf is not always the same product that it says it is. So if it says it's a neutral 204, it may not be that. You know, you see the bottle sitting in that spot, but that might not be the right color. So flip it underneath and read the bottom of the bottle. So take your time and be patient with yourself. If you really do want my help with foundation matching, check out the Blush Beauty community. It is on amberlykins.com. That is a community that we are having open, honest conversations with when it comes to foundation, when it comes to life, when it comes to anything woman related. We're just hanging out and we're talking, and we have meetups the first Thursday of every month in the afternoon at 1 o'clock. So we meet on Zoom and we get to hang out there. So if you're interested in more in-depth makeup questions or just women questions in general, and want to have a community where you feel that you are heard and you are seen and your voice matters, then that's the community for you. So I'm excited that I was able to help you today. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I cannot wait to read your comments, and I'm looking forward to having you here as a new subscriber. And when you go to my Shop My, you'll see that all the product is listed, and if you're interested in purchasing those, then you can. I would highly recommend creating like an Ulta account or a Sephora account. I think it's so much easier, and have your card saved. So when you find fun products, you can do like an easy checkout. I have a lot of My Beauty products are also listed on Amazon. So my Amazon link is also below. Lots of fun categories there to shop from. So I'm thankful that you're here, and I'm always here to help, and look forward to answering any questions or just hanging out with you in the comments. Thank you so much again. My name is Amber, and I'm excited that you're here, and you're a beautiful Blush Beauty. I love you, and I hope that you have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next upload.